Hello, my freaky darlings. Thought I'd do this one properly, although I will dedicate it to Aisha and Ash, who have started growing their own veg. And if this video turns out alright and I like it, I'll stiff it on YouTube. So yeah, they're two friends of mine, Aisha and Ash. This one will be dedicated to you guys. So anyway, oop, bang my head on the way out. There we go. My green beans. Now, I stand 6'4", and he's a good 2 foot above my head. I mean, they're 8 foot canes, but they're in the ground about a foot, so that gives you an indication. The mint has about had it. The peas didn't amount to anything. We're not worried about those. They were just like little ancillary bits on the end. So what we do care about is what you're about to see now. These are my 3 cabbages that were hair indoors's. Hair indoors has got hair cabbages over there. We'll have a look at those in a minute, but these are 3 that was left that I have. They're Brussels sprouts, and these which are doing remarkably well. They've slowed down for this hot weather, but they will take off again. Then we have the colettes. I'm looking forward to these. They will grow like Brussels sprouts, but they have these little flowers up, florets on them, and they will be really nice. Got 8 cabbages in there that were on the hospital shelf right there, and they're not doing so bad. There are 2 that are a little bit questionable, but she's just tried shutting me in the cube. She's a bugger, she is. Right, if she's not careful, I'll put her face in the video, knowing full well it's going to be on YouTube.
Not careful, you won't get your beetroots.
Oh, well, there you go, see. These are yellow subs. But what I've been doing, my little project is this. This has been my little project. It is for my tomatoes. Last season, my skins on my tomatoes burst because I couldn't keep the water in constant. So this year, I spent £7.99 on Amazon, and I got a little irrigation system that works off the water butt, and it's a little drip feeder. So they are constantly dripping water. See, and they will have a constant supply of water, which keeps the soil moist, and it stops your tomatoes from splitting. Sarah's got some nice yellow subs forming, and I believe that they'll be yellow when they're ripe and ready. Mine are this side, which are the Crimson Crush, and these ones are blight resistant, and as you can see, they're doing rather nicely. They are about the size of a small beef-eater tomato, so we'll see how that goes. And there we are, look, that drips down out of the water but goes along down the centre, and then each one of these drippers gets, see, just keeps the ground moist so that the tomatoes don't swell and glut on water and then burst. So sweet peas growing up the apple tree, they're just flowers. They're lovely, they are. Got a few more tomatoes over there which were left, and then a few growing kind of wild everywhere else. Chard in there, there's some more chard seeds gone in there, and cucumbers. Got a little baby cucumber sitting on there, look, that's growing nicely, and I think there's some more in there. There's a few male flowers, some female flowers, and we're doing all right. Rhubarb is finished. That will end up getting dying back, and then we'll take all the leaves off and leave the crown in. You can split the crown later in the year, but I'd have to look into that to figure out how to do it properly. Tom Thumb tomatoes. Every one of those yellow flowers will end up being a tomato. So Scarlet's blueberry. Yeah, look at that. She's doing all right. More Tom Thumbs, we'll come to that in a minute. More cucumbers that were put in. One of them's been trampled. There's some real strange, weird things going on at the minute. especially with the hole that appeared in my in the cube. More runners. They're starting to take off. They only went in the other day. The potatoes have done really well. I dug out one row of potatoes, which was 6 seed potatoes planted, and I got 9 kilos of potatoes of a decent size off of those 6 plants. I was well made up. Those there are Manpakuji 400-year-old Edo dynasty Japanese carrots that are growing in a wheelie bin because they can grow to 3 foot long, about 1.5 meters. So we'll see how they do. I'm looking forward to that. Over here I've got another heirloom veg that I forgot to mention a second ago, which are my mango wurzels. There we are, look, mango wurzel, cross between a beetroot and a sugar beet. And as you can see, you know, I don't tend to have small hands, but give you an indication of the size there. And they're going to be bigger. They can grow up to, they're the mammoth red, they can grow up to around about 20 kilos each. Yeah, courgettes. 2 types in there, banana song and black beauty. I think we've got more banana song than we have black beauty, but courgettes are good, especially if you fry them with bacon. More carrots. These are Queen Anne melons, and her indoors wanted to grow melons, so she decided upon these, which are Queen Anne. And then we figured out that apparently they're not good. They're not much good for eating, but they're excellent for fragrance. So you can use them as air fresheners. Who knew? More carrots. Leeks, they're in, but they won't be ready until way late in the year. Her indoors' cabbages, doing nicely, firming up rather nicely. She's not very impressed with them, but she ought to be because they're really nice. Other side of the runner beans, I think we've got some runners on here actually, somewhere. We had a terrible problem with black fly, so she came out with her solution of fairy liquid and water and give them a good blast, and it did the trick. No more black fly, and they've just taken off, and we're getting inundated with flowers. Well, as I've said before, if every blossom is a fruit, every single one of those flowers is going to be a bean. So, oh look, more sweet peas down the end. We do like our sweet peas. They just add a bit of colour, bring in the bees, and it's the bees that you need. And the allotments is, as we know, the bee's knees. Sorry. Nothing much else at the minute. The plum tree looking a little sorry for itself because it's getting eaten by something. Told you about my carrots. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how they turn out. 400-year-old Edo dynasty Japanese Manpakuji carrots. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's about it. I don't think there's much else. So, I shall catch you later, my freaky darlings. Bye for now.